Andy Scott, Saturday's victory over Lincoln was important. It was a solid team display after a couple of disappointing results.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't. We didn't play as well as we probably know we can, but you know, after the performance against Braintree, you know, it's all important that we got the result and restored the faith in ourselves and the people around us. And I think we showed that from the off with the determination and enthusiasm and the drive that the whole of the team had. Played with plenty of energy and you know, made it evident that we wanted to make up for that. And you know, let's be honest, it's a good result against a good side. You know, they are a tough side to play against. I know they're going through a sticky spell themselves, but that's probably made it even more difficult a game. And you know, we're not scoring as many goals as we'd liked, but we're still creating a few chances. It's a case of, you know, persevering with what we're doing and you know, being more clinical in the box. But you know, as a group, you know, it was very pleasing. They deserved that because we did take a lot of criticism for Tuesday night and rightly so. But we responded in the right fashion, and you know, that's something that we've done this season. You know, against Eastleigh we responded well, against Telford, and you know, we've responded in the right way against the defeats we've had, and you know, hopefully that gets us back on track.
And you admitted you changed things slightly after Braintree. We saw that response against Lincoln. Have the players continued to respond and develop this week?
Yeah, I think it. You know, yeah, everyone wants to pass the ball more and play you know, play more football, but it's difficult against some sides, and it's also, you've got to play in the right areas and you've got to do the right things in the right times. And you look at the sides at the top of the league, and you know, probably Gates are the only ones that really, you know, look to play from the back, and all the others, you know, play in the opposition half and they make things difficult. And we probably went off of that a little bit against Braintree and slight grey areas, and that was, you know, I hold my hands up for that we were asking the players to do things that probably they weren't comfortable doing. So we went back to how we were doing it against Lincoln and just sort of restored the faith in what we're doing, and knowing that we can get results doing it that way. Of course, we still need to improve, and we want to move the ball better in the opposition half. But as long as we're not making mistakes in our own half, then we're not going to concede the goals that you know, we did against Braintree.
And as you say, Gateshead do play out from the back. They're strong at home. Only lost one at the International Stadium this season, albeit 6-1 against Grimsby. But the team showed up there last season. Resolution, it became sort of the blueprint for the remainder of the season, and I guess that'll be necessary again on Saturday.
Yeah, that result at Gateshead was sort of the turning point in terms of our away form last year. You know, Cat made a great save for a penalty that was never a penalty at the end of the game, but that gave us a real lift, and we went from there and we got some more results away from home, and it gave us a little bit of a boost. Like you say, they've won 4 and lost 1 at home this year. They're a strong side. They're the 4th side out of the top 5 that we would have played this year. So you know, we need to pick up better points against the top sides. You know, there's no question of that. You know, we've picked up a couple of points against the sides in the top half, but we've done very well against the sides in the bottom half. But if we're going to achieve anything, we're going to get in the top 10 and be pushing for, you know, the top places. We need to be picking up more points against the top sides, and we're aware of that. So it's another opportunity to do it. It's a very, very tough place to go, but you know, after a good win on Saturday, an opportunity to sort of rest the legs and rest the minds from playing football this week. We'll go up there in good spirits and looking forward to a good performance and a good result.
And in the early season stats, they've also got the best comeback record, which suggests that they play for 90 minutes, they're resilient, but also maybe that they concede the first goal quite often as well, which could be crucial.
Yeah, I think looking at the footage that we've seen of them this season, they've made some errors, but they have always created chances. You know, they're a side that likes to attack, and we saw that last year, that they create a lot of chances and they're full of energy, and they've got some good players. The chairman's pumped a lot of money into it in the hope of getting promoted. But the way they play, you know, if they make mistakes, then you force them into mistakes, you're going to win the ball back in good areas, but you've also defensively got to be solid and organised. So yeah, it'll be interesting how it works, but you know, that shows that they will keep going right to the end, and Gary's side's always done that, and he's got a good track record at this level. You know, it's going to be one of our toughest games of the season. There's no doubt about that. It always is tough going up there. It's a long journey against a good side who play good football. So it'll be interesting to see how we cope.
And does that long journey require any special preparation to keep the players fresh?
Well, yeah, I mean, we look at, you know, when we leave and time we need to get up there and what we do when we get there. Obviously, you're spending a day travelling, so what we do up there is important in terms of, you know, the pool or the gym, or, you know, some people like to go for a walk, some people like to go for a run. We certainly won't be able to train because it's you know, by the time we get up there, but where we're staying is the facilities for the pool, so everyone will do something to get the journey out their legs. For me, really, it's the recovery on the way home. It's making sure we get the right food in us and we rest properly, and we deal with it, because we've got another tough one against Dover on Tuesday night. So it's a difficult couple of games for us, and recovery is key in making sure that we prepare for the game right, but their preparation for Tuesday night's game starts as soon as we finish the game on Saturday.
And Joe Gesson had to come off on Saturday with a facial injury. I believe that's just superficial and he'll be okay.
Yeah, he's got a few stitches, so he'll be okay. But we're very low on numbers at the moment. We've got a few out that we can do without, really. You know, we just keep seem to be picking up niggly injuries that always, you know, that have either turn into big ones, or, you know, just keep people out for longer. You know, obviously losing Barks and Moles for as long as we have has been very, very difficult to deal with. And you know, but having said that, you know, people like Joe Gesson and Tom Derry and have come in and done very well and taken the opportunity. And obviously Fitch has been, you know, chomping on the bit to play, and we've managed his hamstring injury well. And I thought he was excellent on Saturday and provided a real threat. And the more games he plays and the more he plays with whoever he's playing up front with, forge a partnership, it's going to help him. So obviously you want a full squad, but opportunities arise for others, and it's up to them to take it.
And Tom Derry did do well when he came on. Josh Scott, Dan Fitchett, Brett Williams as well. They all offer different options, and some people have said with the kind of the changes in the second half that Brett's moved out onto the right flank, but that was a position he played well early last season, so it's something he can do, and it's something else that he offers.
I don't want to do it. You know, I don't want to move Brett onto the right through necessity. We did it a couple of times when we want to keep our most attacking players on the pitch when we're chasing games, and we've done that against Halifax, and we've done it against Woking, and we've done it against Braintree. You know, ideally, you know, we want Brett down the middle where he's scoring goals, and that's what we plan to do. And obviously having other players available helps that, but when you're limited with numbers, we've had to, you know, sort of muddle through. But you know, having the options that we've got. I mean, Joe Gesson was excellent before he came off, you know, and that's a bonus. You know, we know he can do it, but we also know Tom Derry's is more than capable. But certainly Brett for me is a centre forward, and we want to play him down the middle, and that's what we want to do. Obviously, if you're chasing the game, you want as many forward players on the pitch as possible, and it's something that he can do out wide right. But that's only when we're really going for it and trying to nick a goal back or really push to win the game.